All right, here's a little video on the Predator 79cc swap on my kiddo's Arctic Cat Kitty Cat. So overall, it went pretty smooth. I used the Olsen Brothers swap plate, so the engine bolted right in. That part was super easy. And then just a little bit of fab work to make things integrate well. So over here, I fabricated a little elbow for the intake system to use the factory airbox. The carb's tuned for that. It just runs really well with that airbox. Cut a little access hole there for the choke lever. That works out all right. And then for the throttle, I wanted to keep the governor in place. I heard about the flywheel coming apart on these things at high speed, so just left that there. Basically, there's a lock nut under there. You loosen a little bit. I made a little thing to hold the throttle cable on there, and then it just, works like you would expect with the throttle up here. Wiring, so coming down the steering shaft, there's some plugs down there. I just extended the wires under the engine here up to, there was a connector here on the kill switch, so I spliced in right there. You leave this in the off position, so it grounds the coil to shut off the engine. So you want to leave this off, so the switch is closed, and then you'll have all the control up there at the handlebars. Coming around to this side, got the exhaust system. So I just kind of made a flange there that fit like the factory one. I've got a mandrel bender, so I bent up some 1-inch elbows and kind of cut and chopped them to fit in here. You could buy some pre-made bends and do the same thing if you got a welder too. And then just a little bracket there to hold it all in place. Up front here, it's a muffler off a Honda GX120. It was super cheap on eBay, like 15 bucks or something. But it had a nice layout with the inlet in the back and then an outlet on the side. And then I just welded a 90 on there to shoot it right out the bottom of the sled. Let's see, over here, I did also get the clutch from Olsen Brothers on their website. It sounded like this was kind of tuned to work well with the Predator. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of difference, but it wasn't too expensive, so I just started fresh there. And then down here, it's kind of hard to see, but the brake bracket. So I used all the factory pieces in there, but I just kind of chopped and welded and essentially reversed it, kind of like from a left hand to a right hand to package weld down in there. And then I had to chop up the chain cover here a little bit to have clearance around the clutch and the exhaust there too. But the brake works nice. All the controls on the sled feel like a factory setup. Starts really easy, first or second pull every time. The old Kawasaki, I think it was a 73 that was in this sled, which is weird because it was an 88, but it had kind of a mismatched motor, and that thing would seriously take like 50 pulls to get it started. So I've been really happy with this setup. Coming up next, I'll be putting some wheels on there. This kind of took me the last couple of weeks, and now the snow is gone. So I've got, similar to the factory setup, I made up some little brackets here that'll bolt on. Once the wheels come here in a couple days, I'll trim these to length and put the final welds on and get those bolted on the skis, but that should work out all right. So yeah, all in all, happy with the swap. It was definitely worth the effort. This engine runs so much better than the old tired Kawasaki in there. Yeah, that's it for now. Let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.